All right, guys, we've made it to the first stop of the Doubted Tour to Jupiter. I'm here at P27 Academy in Lexington, South Carolina with Corey Warner. I've known Corey for a while now, I'd say probably 10 years I met you.
Yeah, maybe even longer than that.
Maybe even longer. He owns P27 Academy, and honestly, I just want him to tell his story, how he started from the ground up, because I know it's not an easy process, and just the ups and downs and why he does it and just everything about it.
Yeah, man. I mean, this seems super cool.
Yeah.
So excited to get into it.
I guess just start from when you're in high school and going up and how this even came apart.
Oh, God, from high school?
Yeah,
man. Damn. I was raised here in Lexington. You know, was raised here in Lexington, went to White Knoll High School, played for Coach Bonnet, who is coach at River Bluff now, which is local high school. And then kind of bounced around in college ball. Ended up finishing up at Toccoa Falls. We won 3 national championships. God, it was the most fun I've ever had in my life. I was World Series MVP my last year. Got to play with my brother. I mean, we were really, really good. We had some kids that were just kind of bounce backs, and we just kind of had a perfect storm. Coach Pollock, who coached me, his son actually plays for me now, so it's full circle. That whole place kind of really changed my worldview and perspective on just life in general. You know, how you come out and you're thinking, hey, I'm going to play professional baseball, and baseball is my whole life, and then you start to realize that it's not. It's just a piece of you in general, you know, and then you have to figure out your identity and who you are as a man, and that was just me kind of floating through college ball and met a lot of really good people along the way, and that's kind of why I do what I do now. I think baseball is a way for you to really touch people's lives. Baseball is a fantastic sport, but it's also a very personal sport. You spend all this time with these kids, and it's an opportunity for you to really get into their lives a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think whenever we first met, you didn't have P27. You just had your youth and your showcase teams, and I can't even remember what were they called?
Those are my body shop teams.
Body shop teams, that's right.
Body shop teams.
That's
and remember,
right.
I would put on tournaments, and your club would come and play.
Correct. Yeah.
I was putting on tournaments, which is cross-training sports tournaments. Yeah.
Correct.
That's still the name of my business, technically.
Yeah. So that's cool, because that's what I remember. And then obviously we've been doing this for a while now, and P27's been in a lot of events. Y'all have a fantastic couple teams that are really good, deep too, right? So my main thing is, how did this get started? As far as once you had your body shop teams, like what made you want to jump into this P27 deal?
Oh yeah, man. Well, dang. I would say starting the academy stuff was kind of random. Like I was doing discipleship stuff with local high schools. I would do a lot of speaking engagements. I did a lot of like one-on-one discipleship stuff, and then was managing at the Body Shop Athletics at the time. That's when my showcase teams were called Body Shop. I was trying to kind of grow the brand from an athlete standpoint. My wife, we had our firstborn child, and then so she didn't want to work anymore. Yeah. So I had to figure out different ways to make more cash. So started doing lessons, and that's when the showcase teams kind of came up. Showcase teams were good at the time. And then, man, I had some kids that I was doing discipleship with that were just chameleons in their environment. Said their environment didn't set them up for great success. And they just wanted to have more fun kind of playing the game. And me on my side, I wanted to do true ministry through baseball, And so I was like, hey, I remember I had my spiritual coordinator at the time. I was like, hey, we're gonna start this academy thing. I was like, I've got everything to be able to do it. I got the gym, I got the space, I got the weight room, I got the field, And he was like, you're crazy, man. Like it's gonna ruin your whole business, because a lot of people didn't like it. It was very off the wall when we started. I mean, 9 years ago, these things didn't exist.
No.
So it was like very off the wall. And I thought I was going to get local kids, and then that I was doing like discipleship stuff with, and I ended up getting kids from like all over the place. And I was like, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to house them? Like I don't even know anything about these kids, So then we brought them in, man, and my first team, we had 22 kids. Okay, 22 kids. All I had was the facility and a dirt field. That's all I had. And we had desks. We had taken the coach's office because we didn't have a place for the classroom. We had taken the coach's office and put desks all the way around it. We had no AC in there. Like, I didn't even think about that. When we got here, it's South Carolina, mid-August. I mean, it's hot as all get out in the classroom. Yeah, man, we had 22 kids. We got it off the ground. And those kids just happened to be like, we had good talent. Yeah. I mean, we had Ryan Oots, who played 4 years. We had Sims Owens, who's now managing my gym. Sims was an awesome player, great person. We had Billy Amick, who ended up being a second rounder. We had a couple other like really good named kids that kind of helped us grow it. And then from there, we kind of slowly maturated, and people started reaching out to us. And then obviously COVID happened.
Yeah.
You know, and when COVID happened, I feel like that opened people up more apt to do virtual school. You know, like virtual school wasn't looked at as like a really taboo thing anymore. And by that time, we had our system figured out. You know, that was 3 years later when COVID happened. And I think that really kind of exploded it. And then these things are popping up all over the place now. And, you know, we're turning, 500 or more kids away each year. And
so how many kids do you have now in the P27?
We keep the roster at like 70.
70. And how many teams?
3.
3 teams. 3 teams. And then you have housing on campus.
Yeah, we have housing on campus. Yeah, we sure do. It's nice apartment setups. You guys will go over there.
Yeah, we'll go check them out.
The kids really like it.
That's cool.
Yeah, they got a little putt-putt course over there and everything.
Oh,
we're building dorms next year, mostly for our younger guys, underclassmen guys. We'll build the turf fields. We play at Lexington County Stadium. I mean, it's a really good setup. And it's a really good opportunity for us to get the kids 24/7. You know, I mean, that's the biggest difference is like, God, I see them all the time. I see them at 10 o'clock at night when their girlfriend just broke up with them. Mm-hmm. I see them when they hit a home run.
Yeah.
I see them, when their parents are going through stuff. When, you're
kind of like a father figure for them while they're away. Like you can
definitely. I mean,
you can help. You can talk. They can trust you. It's a really cool scenario because I mean, a lot of people don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, but it's people don't realize. I mean, people call me all the time trying to start one of these, and they don't realize like this chunk's hard.
Yeah. Oh, like, I guarantee it.
It's hard.
I did showcase teams for a while, and that was hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I can only imagine.
You got these kids all day. I mean, it takes a staff. It takes a village. I mean, you've got a lot of different pieces to be able to do this at a really high level. Like, you can't just, like, plant and go on these things. But it's cool.
I know a kid that came up through your org, Alfonsi, and I loved him. And he played with 5-star, and I love that kid.
Yeah. 5-star did great things for him.
Yeah.
So Fonzie was a great story, man. Fonzie was from the DR. He was actually in Mass when he was trying to communicate with me. I don't even know how he found out about it. I think it was maybe his advisor or he knew another Dominican kid that came here. But, like, he was sending me these videos and saying, hey, coach, please take me, please take me. And I couldn't even make out the videos. They were so fuzzy, Like, he was trying to send them through WhatsApp, and they weren't coming through, and it was a disaster. So I finally just said, hey, man, like, just come down, and you can just try out. So he figured out a flight down. Again, this is a kid from the DR. I mean, Fonzie had very little, and he comes all the way down and hits BP basically in like this sleeveless Under Armour thing, and he looks like an absolute man-child. I mean, the BP was unreal. I remember going back in the locker room and being like, dang, boys, like that kid could hit. But then he got in game, and you were like, oh, no. Like, it wasn't close to ready. Like, he was loading super late. So he worked so hard, man. Like, he flipped a switch in his mind, and he was like, I'm going to make it. And I remember I took him to a Detroit Tigers workout. This was at the end of his senior year because he didn't have a way to get up there. And I drove him up there, and he was telling me kind of his life story of like, when he was in the DR, they didn't sign him, and they basically kicked him out, put him back out on the street basically, and said, hey, look, like, you're not good enough to make it. And his whole thing was, I'm going to figure out a way to make it. And that's why he came into the U.S. And then, we drove all the way up to do the Tigers workout, and he yanked his hamstring in the 60, was like in tears riding back because he thought it was all over with. And I'm like, bro, like, nobody cares. Everybody's already evaluated you, and then he ends up getting drafted, and he still calls me all the time now. Like, Fonzie's got a chance to be a big leaguer.
Oh, absolutely. I saw y'all just posted a video on P27
past year.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was like inspirational video too. It was him talking.
Yeah.
And if you know his story, like obviously you do, it's emotional. Like, 'cause he did it.
Yeah, he did it, and he took everything that he had, and he was out to prove people wrong. And the biggest thing about Fonzie is, like, Fonzie's fun.
Yeah.
Like, Fonzie loves playing the game. He doesn't take it too serious. He's not ego. Like, Fonzie's a blast to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used to be on our YouTube page, like, to start it. I can't remember what it was. He was saying something, wasn't he, Ian? It was.
He said Team DHB Media.
Yeah, he says Team DHB Media. and when we're no longer Team DHB Media, I need to call him and have him do another one. But it was really cool. But yeah, I'm sure you got a couple more kids too.
I mean, the other one was part of our first club was the Billy Amick kid. Billy was part of our first year. Billy was from, again, you talk about like what kind of kids come. Like, Billy was from King Academy. So, I mean, he was going to hurt someone at King. Like, I mean, those guys, some of those kids could barely catch and throw. So he was from a small private school in Saluda. Known Billy for a long time, and Billy worked too. I mean, he worked. He got tremendously better, and then talked Monty into taking him at Clemson. And then the Grice kid gets tossed because he yelled at the umpire, and then Billy gets a chance to play, hits a grand slam, and rest is history. He's a second-round pick. Is Billy Barrels at Tennessee. I mean, the kid could mash.
Yeah.
Logan Wags was a really good shortstop. Again, from Chicago. I mean, nowhere to play ball. Nobody wants to play ball in Windy City.
Yeah.
Where it's freezing. He comes down, makes a name for himself, gets drafted by the Dodgers, still playing. Hopefully he'll be a big leaguer too. His brother also got drafted. Lawson last year, I mean, what he did in the SEC, it was All-American. They got him projected #1 overall pick this year, which I don't think you're #1, man. but I mean, Bilal is awesome. I mean, he was a Canadian kid. He worked his butt off. I mean, he was challenged here. Like, he brought some really good players with him too that were Canadians. Like, I love that kid.
I think at the end of the day, all the kids you're talking about have a story, right? So they've had to work their way out. They've had to grind. I think kids around here need that, right? Like, just say you are in a good situation. It doesn't mean you don't have to have that mentality. I think that's the kicker.
It's definitely
mentality.
weird because when I get my Southern kid, say I get a kid from South Carolina, I love that kid just the same. But, like, that kid's almost what I call baseball spoiled.
Yeah.
Like, he walks out onto the field and it's like perfectly manicured and he's like normalized by it. And you get your Northeast kid that's like, oh my God, like, this is
awesome.
Something I've never seen before.
This is awesome.
Like,
I'm never going to miss a ball.
Yeah. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then you get your kid from the DR. He's just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Like, he's working his tail off every single day. He's just happy to be here. He's so humble, and he's like a sponge.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to take every ounce of energy and, advice that you can give them, and they take it. And you see the other kids from different countries. I get Czech kids each year. My Czech kids are always like super intelligent. They always take everything that we give them and they're able to apply it. There's no ego there. We had a kid that Ian was just talking about, Joseph Yamamoto. He was from Japan. I mean, JoJo was the man, bro. I mean, was the man. Came over here, didn't know anything. Can you imagine coming in another country, not knowing the language? And then comes over here to try to play baseball in the U.S. I mean, talk about diligent. I mean, that kid was doing everything possible in his power to be as good as he could, like never cutting a corner, And you get your American guys, again, I mean, me and you were the same.
Same way.
We were just used to having all these things. And these kids don't have it, and then you realize why they work so hard.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm saying. Like, I think if we, put me and you both being from, here, could get that mentality, that mindset.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard, though, because we've had it.
Yeah, and it's hard, too, because at the end of the day, like, if baseball don't work out for me and you, we can do this.
Yeah, we can do this, yeah.
Like, we can do this. Like, I've got an education. Like, I've got a family. Like, it's not all I am. But for these other situations, like,
it's the only shot.
Hey, man, this is my way out. You need to get out of my way. Like, this is my way out.
Yeah.
If you don't want to work hard,
Get out of my way.
get out of my way.
Now, how does P27 work as far as you getting kids? Like, how does that work?
It used to work me, going out and watching everybody. I remember a kid that we had the first year, Cameron Leary, who ended up being drafted. Came in, I think, was drafted by the A's last year. He played at Boston College, and I actually went out, recruited Cameron I saw him at the Music City Classic, which used to be a really big event in Nashville.
Yeah. We played in it.
Yeah, saw him there, and his parents are willing to take a risk and be part of our first club, and the other ones were kind of close to me, and we'd get some kids from the Northeast. And now I think a lot of it comes, through obviously kids reaching out. You'll have at least probably, 20 emails a day of people just reaching out, sending you random videos, and then you're trying to sort through all that. And then you've got your advisors sending you guys. You've got a lot of college coaches now that'll pump you a guy. Like, they'll be like, hey, this kid's in a bad high school situation. We've got him committed here, but he needs to get better. Can you take him for a year? So we get a fair amount of that. And then, the advisors are pushing them for draft purposes. You get a fair amount of that. And then the others, like travel orgs, and then just guys that you see on the summer circuit that are just really good, and you're going out and watching them. Now, each kid that we get now, they have to have 3 character references. We normally all watch them play. Every player has to come on a visit, so we get to meet them, meet the family. Like, you got to get a feel for the culture that you're bringing in, because my big thing with this is, like, if I'm going to be around them 24/7, like, I need to like them. Like, they just don't need to be high-level players. Like, I need to want to hang out with them, so they need to be good individuals. They need to want to work. Like, they need to meet all those criteria so that, you're going to push away some of these things that aren't part of your culture.
I think that becomes more like a college type scenario. Like, college coaches want to know who they're getting, all this type of stuff. Now, I get it. You got the NILs and all that stuff now that messes everything up. But it's kind of like that. You want to, like, understand who the kid is, bring them in with your culture, and grow from there. I totally get that.
Yeah, and I think obviously every kid that comes here is like, I'm coming here to play Division I baseball, or I'm coming here to get drafted. And it is, a lot simpler of a process to get the academy kid to play Division I ball, because he is a higher caliber. He's more physical. He's more apt from a mental standpoint. And I can call the coach up and be like, hey, like, I know this kid, like, 24/7. I'm with him in and out. He keeps his room clean. He wears the right stuff to practice. His mind's clean, and he can play. Which from a college standpoint, you got no clue. You're watching this kid in 15 ABs, and you don't really know who he is. So yeah, that definitely helps. But they miss the piece of, like, what it does to them as a person. What it does being surrounded by, like, 70 men going in one direction, trying to get better and trying to grow, like, in all aspects of their life. Like, they don't even think about that. But every kid that ever leaves is like, the relationships that they've built. That's why we've grown so much, just because the kids are attached to the brand so much. Like, they love what this place did to them as an individual, not just from a baseball standpoint. Grows their faith, grows them as people, grows their accountability, their standard of excellence, who they are as a person. So it's a lot when you get a 17, 18-year-old getting away from mommy and daddy.
Oh, absolutely. Because most people don't feel it till they get to college, and then
Exactly.
it's like that first week's like, I'm homesick. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Like, I
We
feel
deal with that.
like, yeah. So take me through a full day at P27 for your team, like your top team. Take me through a full day.
That varies. It totally varies based upon the day. So we have small group days and we have team days, because it's weird here, because you're trying to give them a pro feel, and a pro feel is very individualized. Like, it's not a lot of team in from a development standpoint, but from our standpoint, we got to win too. I'm trying to win, so you got to do a little bit of team, you got to do a little bit of development for them as a person. So yeah, basically during the fall they get 3 small group days and they get 2 team days. So right now, Monday, Wednesday, Friday are their small group days. Tuesday, Thursdays are their team days. Thursdays is when we scrimmage. So, like, last Friday, for example, say I'm in a shortstop group, okay? middle infielder group, which my middle infielder group is pretty much all Hispanic. I got to learn to speak Spanish, and I still can't.
I don't know. I wish I would have in pro ball. I know nothing Spanish.
But so they come in. They have school from like 8 to 10:30. Then they meet me on the turf at 10:30. We go through defense for an hour and a half. Then they break out. They go hit. Hour and a half. We'll do offensive stuff. They may have live ABs in that as well. Then from there they go to lunch, and then we're lifting them, And then they kind of have the rest of the day. So they get done around like 4:30, But on their scrimmage days or their team practice days, like it's long. Like they're there at 9 o'clock. They set up for BP. We hit BP, and then from there they go right into Mass Fungo as a team, as a whole, and then we'll go into like BP scrimmage. So they're at the field from 9 to 1, and then they have lunch, and then they have speed training on Tuesdays, and then they have school on the back end, so they don't get out of school till like 5:30. Last Thursday we had like a 21-inning inter squad. It took forever. It's
supposed to be 21 outs, not 21 innings.
Yeah, dude, it was long. So it's a lot of baseball. I mean, it's a grind for these kids for sure. But God, they got so much time. We have so much time with them. Like it's super cool.
I think it's good too. The more you talk about it, it's literally preparing them for college. Like they're not going to get that any other way.
Yeah,
high school, you're not getting it from high school.
It's
we know how that
definitely
works.
preparing them from a discipline standpoint. It's definitely preparing them from like an accountability standpoint of like, look, like when your alarm clock goes off, I mean, you don't think about this as a player. You don't even think about this when you're coming in, but probably one of the hardest things to do when you're in this situation is like when your alarm clock goes off, you got to get up. Like mommy's not getting you up. Like nobody's tapping you on the shoulder. Like you got to get up and you got to show up to weights at 8 o'clock. And that's a difficult task when you've never done that before. And you got to wear the right thing, like, holy moly, the whole world's going to end,
Yeah.
So, and then I got to be on go. Like I got to be ready to go because Corey's going to be on top of me, So like there's a lot of things there that people don't think about that kind of go into all this of why it prepares them so much. I mean, look, they got to make their own food. I got to make PB&J. My mom's not going to make it for me. I got to figure out my nutrition. I got to figure out my faith. How do I do my journaling? How do I do Bible studies? Who am I as a person? And like, what do I do when I like really suck that day? I just went 0 for 3 with 3 Ks and Daddy can't cheer me up or take me out to eat. I got, I'm here. I got to deal with my own thoughts.
Got to figure it out.
Yeah. So
now, how many people do you have on staff?
Not
counting obviously because I know you got the tennis courts, the pool, all that stuff.
Yeah, I got all that kind of stuff. The gym,
just
and everything.
on P27.
I'd say on the P27 side, I think we have 10 full time.
Okay.
Because Tina runs my student life, so she kind of handles the kids off campus stuff, and then you have a positional coach for each position. Then you have your pitching guy, and then we have our strength guy. Trainers in the gym. Mitch Hanks is our physical therapist. So I mean, you got a lot of pieces there.
It's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, a lot of pieces. A lot of pieces to be able to do it at a high level with, 17, 18-year-olds.
Yeah, and you got 4 kids too.
I do, man, and it's awesome. People look at me and they're like, "What? How are you doing this?"
I got 2, and I'm like, I don't know how you do this.
But it is a whirlwind. You plate juggle all the time, but I tell people like, this is calm in comparison to when I get home. I mean, it is
I called you the other night. I called you the other night, and you're like, "Hey, I got a baby running naked or something, and one's on my leg crying." And I'm like, "Okay."
I was rocking my newborn, and my little man had just got out of the bath, and he was freaking going.
I was like, I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later. But so talk about what's to look forward with P27 going forward. I know y'all got a new conference coming up. So
we just created the new league. Super excited about that. It's going to be the ABA, which is, actually me and a couple of guys kind of came together and we formed that, and it's going to be really high talent. And the whole point of that is to be able to expand academy baseball, and be able to look at it and say, okay, we don't want this to be like a niche. We're not afraid of competition. Like we want to explode this throughout the U.S. so kids can be like, man, this is cool. Yeah. Like this is cool. This is kind of the wave of the future that we're seeing, and other people can be a part of it, and we can help these clubs kind of grow, So, I think right now there's like 50 clubs in this. You know, there's going to be 3 separate divisions, technically 4 in Florida because Florida's got a middle school group. But we really think it could help kind of grow the whole academy baseball as a whole for it to be a little bit more normalized, I guess you could say.
Now, how many teams will you have in your side? Is it 6?
In the Premier Division, there's 8.
8.
Premier Division, there's 8. Yeah, I mean, it's all over the country. It's going to be super cool. I mean, we had 2 coaches up like last week. And one of the guys was like, man, I had no idea it was like this. Like, you think about a kid in an academy situation, you're worried about like his socialization and like, you know, what is he going to be like? And he's like, this is like so normal. And I'm like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You know, like these kids want to be around other kids that are really, really good at their craft. Like, you know, like this is super high level, you know? So, I mean, people just don't know what it's like or how to do it or how, you know, difficult it is to be able to survive in something like this.
Yeah, I think, like I said, the whole mindset of the academy, I think is really interesting. Obviously, it wasn't around when I played. It wasn't even an option. You know, and travel ball back when I played wasn't 37,000 teams in one area. Like, it was like, if you were good, you were on the top teams.
If you played at East Cobb, you were good.
You were good. And now it's just become just throw a team together and go play.
Yeah.
But I think this separates some of those athletes, you know, and I'm sure this might be a touchy subject, but I'm sure that a lot of high schools give bad feedback to doing something like this. And I think it's misinterpreted. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, definitely when I first started,
Yeah.
I mean, the high schools hated it for sure. But it's definitely tailored out, and those guys have now kind of a lot of those guys are friends of mine now,
Yeah.
you know, and they see that, hey, I'm not trying to steal your best athlete. Like, I'm trying to do something bigger than that, you know, like we're trying to do something for a kid that needs it. Like, my first question is to the family is always like, does your kid need this? And why does he need it? You know, if he is in a really good high school situation and they're really good and he's got a really good coach, then, I mean, he doesn't need this. They have a really good conference. But, I mean, we just had a kid up the other day. I mean, he's from the middle of Cincinnati. Like,
Nothing.
they got nothing.
Nothing.
You know, I mean, the high school's really bad.
He'll dominate.
I mean, you got Brendan Lawson last year. I mean, the kid's from Canada. Like, come on, man. He's right now he's projected #1 overall pick. Yeah. You know, and he was playing in Canada. Like, he can't do that. Like, those types of guys, you know, you got to come down. That's why we grab heavy from the North to East. Like, it's not like playing in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know, when you have all this talent. Like, a lot of these kids are in rural area, Missouri, and they have no facility. You know, they have no ability to play high-level baseball. They have no coaching, training. Like, they can't even get it if they want it. It's too far away. Like, I got a Long Island kid right now that you're going to meet. I mean, dude, it takes him 2 hours just to get to his facility. He's got to hop on the subway. You know, he's got to go there. He's got to get to the facility. Then he's got to come back, and he's got school, homework. Like, it's just not feasible.
Yeah, can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't do it. Well, I'm excited to see all your housing, your weight room, your facility, and this is really cool. And I'm excited to promote this for you and go forward.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is an awesome thing. I never thought it would be this. I was just trying to do, like, I don't know, something fun. You know?
Well, it turned into something fun.
I was just trying to do something fun. And I was trying to get good kids to do something fun. I didn't even think about getting high-level players. And, I mean, dang, man, I think last year we had, like, something like we graduated like 40 Division I guys.
Yeah.
You know, I think like 99% of our guys go to Division I. It's a berserko.
That's awesome. And, you know, and it comes back to you just being a good person. People are going to want to migrate to you. You know, if you were a butthole, nobody's going to want to come.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can be sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to be.
Sometimes you have to be. But,
you know?
but no, I appreciate you getting on the podcast, and I look forward to looking at all this stuff going forward.
Yeah, man, awesome. Thanks, Dustin.
Appreciate it.
Get it.